Welcome to the Cat Protection Society Purrfect Podcast, a podcast developed for cat-loving humans who want to ensure their cat has a happy, healthy, safe and enriched 9 lives, and to celebrate just how amazing cats are as companion animals. Welcome to another episode of our Purrfect Podcast, the official podcast of the Cat Protection Society of Victoria, where we take you inside the shelter to share the inspiring stories, people and programs helping cats across our community. Today we're shining a spotlight on one of the most rewarding and impactful ways you can make a difference: foster care. Every year, CPSV relies on an incredible network of volunteer foster carers to provide temporary homes to over 500 cats and kittens who need a little extra love, time or support before they're ready to find their forever family. Joining me today is Xavier and Kate, our wonderful foster care coordinators, to chat to you about what fostering really involves, the difference it makes, and how you, yes you, can get involved and help care for our most in-need cats and kittens. Xavier and Kate, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. Xavier, we'll kick off with you. Can you tell us a little bit about your role as a foster care coordinator here at the Cat Protection Society?
So I started here late 2024. I think it's just one of those jobs that you just kind of have to jump into. Like prior to this, I was doing animal attendant work and you get to know a lot of the cats in the shelter. But then jumping into this role, I suppose you've got a completely different suite of animals that have already been in foster for quite a while or have newly just gone. You're trying to meet all the new carers and kind of adjust to that aspect of the job. So essentially we just work with the shelter team, the shelter manager, the vet team as well, just to organise like temporary homes for all the cats here that need a little extra.
Okay. Kate, for those who might not know, what exactly does foster care mean in the context of CPSV's work, and why is it such a vital part of the work that we do?
Yeah, so here at Cat Protection, we try to rehome and rehabilitate as many cats and kittens in need in Victoria. So foster care for us means providing that temporary home for them where they can be nurtured back to health, whether it might be socialising or medical needs. I think we have, I believe, over 50 cats in foster care at the moment here. So having them out in homes does provide extra space for other cats in need as well. So yeah, it really does play that important, vital role for us.
Fantastic. Xavier, so can you chat us through what type of cats and kittens typically need foster care the most?
There's such a wide variety. I mean, you've got kittens that need weight gain before their surgery, perhaps, or behaviour cats that might require some sort of routine in a quiet home to see if their personality flourishes a little bit more. Or you've got your medical needs cats that maybe require a bit of a keener eye and some skilled carers to like medicate confidently. Not to mention we have a few sort of long-term cats that we've matched up with carers who have agreed to take the cats until end of life, which CPS covers all the financial side of that and all the medical needs. Of course, the mums and neos, which we're getting at the moment. So the neo kittens without the mums are particularly challenging for us to find carers for.
Okay. And how does fostering benefit the cats and the people that obviously open up their homes to these cats and kittens?
Yeah. Well, sometimes cats will do like a literal 180 in foster care, both health-related, medically and mentally. So it's not super uncommon for carers to fail at their foster duties and end up adopting the cats too, which I think I'm currently organising a few for this week. So always happy for them. So
yeah, great. Okay, so let's have a chat through the foster care experience. So Kate, what does a typical foster care experience look like from obviously taking the cat in to preparing them for adoption?
Yeah, so once you have found a cat that you think is suitable for your home and your family, you then would come in and collect any supplies that we do provide for you. So whether that's food, enrichment, medical supplies, and then you take them home after doing all the paperwork. So we do have a contract that you fill out and that will also explain any appointments or special needs for that cat or kitten. And then once they're in your care, you would then observe any behavioural quirks, any medical needs. So that really does play an important role in them getting adopted. So when they come back, you would fill out an evaluation form for them, any special needs or behaviour needs in the home, whether they're suited to a specific type of family, and then we can show that to the potential adopter as well, and that really does aid in them getting a bit more of an insight of how they are in a home.
Perfect. So, Xavier, I know Kate's touched on it a little bit, but what kind of support and guidance do we provide to our foster carers along the way?
Yeah, so every step of the way, we're here for advice and guidance. And, we've got some pretty experienced carers too that, I've definitely learned a few things from as well. So always just chatting things out and having those discussions anytime We have like a dedicated mobile phone that we have for foster care. So we even take calls out of hours. And the vet team really does go really beyond in this aspect too. I sort of find myself every morning, I'm cornering one of the vets and just asking them a heap of questions about the cat. So if the cat doesn't like a particular medication, we'll look at other options to make that process easier for the cats and less stressful for the carer as well. We're lucky here, being just a cat shelter too, that we have a sizable donation section that we use for foster cats. So if we need to try different foods, we normally have those to try out, or different litters and things like that. We sort of got those options to try. So
okay. So if we have someone listening in that is, considering becoming a foster carer, Kate, do they need any special training, or is there any specific experience that we look for in our foster carers?
Not necessarily. So we always welcome anyone with any experience to come forward and apply for fostering. We always can start you off with an easy cat or kitten. If you are interested in working with more cats that need socialisation or medical needs, then we can always do some extra training for that in the future as well. But it's completely what you are comfortable with doing at the start. We also do have like a little induction video, and we get you to do a quiz just so you do have that basic knowledge on cat care before starting.
Okay, great. Kate, while we've got you, can you share a heartwarming or memorable foster care story that's really stuck with you?
Yeah, no, definitely. So I feel like I wouldn't be a foster care coordinator if I myself hadn't had a couple of foster fails. So I do have my boys at home, Derek and Pluto. But of course, as well as that, a lot of the cats who are quite scared and timid, like my own, they were at the start, the more behaviour cats, they are heartwarming ones. So Emma was a really nice case for us that she was in our care for well over a year, basically, and she's recently just gotten adopted. She's spent, I think, over 200 days in foster care, so it was really rewarding to see her finally get adopted.
Great. Zave, what about you? Favourite memory?
Well, I'm a foster care coordinator and I have the foster fail, so thanks for that, Kate. No, probably one of our boys, Biggie, that just got adopted in the last kind of few months, or a few weeks actually. He was in, I think, 4 foster care homes, I think, and then back into adoption. So he was very in and out cat, trying to work out his quirks, needed some dental work, then there was some toileting issues and some gut upsets and just general, he was quite lethargic at times. So there was a lot of ups and downs. The vets knew him very well. Me and Kate knew him very well. Adoption knew him very well. So he found his forever home like not long ago. So we're stoked for Biggie there.
Awesome. All right. So becoming a foster carer, for someone that's listening in and thinking, this sounds amazing, I'd love to help, what steps do they need to take to become a CPS foster carer, Kate?
Yeah, so if you're wanting to apply or inquire about being a foster carer, the best way to do that would be to head to the Cat Protection website, so catprotection.com.au. On that website, we do have our own little foster link. So if you click on that, there is an inquiry form that you fill out with why you want to be a foster carer, distance, location from the shelter. So we just like to make sure that you do have availability to come in for those weekday appointments at 8 and 2 for vet checks for the cats, and as well as that you're not too far away from our shelters so that you can come back in for emergencies or those regular vet visits.
Okay. Zane, so what are some of the key qualities or circumstances that make someone a great fit for fostering?
Yeah, so I think space and time to work with the cat's needs is probably one of the important ones. I mean, living close to the shelter is a bonus. I mean, so I don't feel as bad if I need you to come in once a week to get a particular injection or to come in and have a vaccine done the week after they've gone out, sort of thing. I think clean communication skills is important too. Like I know personally, I prefer sort of texting as the information we can sort of refer back to it and it's written, so that way it's a bit more clearer and information isn't as misconstrued. Plus Kate can see what I've said to someone on her days off and she can sort of catch up. So I think patience as well is a big one too. So some cats can take quite a long time to hit certain milestones. I think a lot of people sometimes think, I've had some nervous cats in the past, it'll be okay. And that they might take some more of the severe kind of behaviour cats. And then after a month, they sort of start panicking a bit, thinking like, these cats, they're not getting better. I'm a bad carer. I'm not doing things right. It's like, it's definitely not the case. I think every cat is different and they just need a little bit more time in some cases. Sometimes you'll have a cat for up to two months or so before they start to, venture out into the living room and sort of gain that confidence. So I guess calmness and not panicking in situations. I really applaud some of our carers at the moment. I know Lois, who works in our cafe a little bit, has Katie, who is a Mancoon who's had some seizures, and she has dealt wonderfully with her. And I think seeing a big Mancoon seizuring in your living room and administering medication for that is such a great quality in her. So thanks, Lois. Just really amazing people.
Yeah, okay. Any misconceptions that you think people might have around fostering?
Yeah, I think people might just think that we just might offload cats and kittens due to space, which, I mean, can be the case sometimes when it can get quite packed here. But we usually check in quite regularly in most cases and always chat about different strategies to make the cat stay a bit smoother, especially in like the winter time when we might only have, like Kate was saying, 50 or 60 cats in foster care. In peak summer, there might be upwards of 140, 150. So at the moment, we can take the time to go through the cats, do a little check-in every week, make sure everything's okay. Also, if you have cats and dogs at home, that's fine. You can still foster with us. We normally tell people to do like a bit of a quarantine period for their cats just to make sure nothing does transfer if there's some kind of disease that pops up into the stay. But yeah, like anyone can really jump in for foster if they've got the time. So yeah.
Fantastic. So Xav, what difference does each new foster carer make to CPSV and the cats that you care for?
Yeah. So even signing up and going through the onboarding process, and even if you end up just fostering a single cat, for a few weeks, or a kitten, and then that might be it for you, or if you end up adopting them, like you're still giving that cat the time it needs to flourish. You're giving that cat a forever home. So we're always very grateful. We also allow them to bypass any adjustment stage here if they were to come back for adoptions here. So we're never disappointed when this happens too. So you're also saving a lot of the staff's time here. That's an extra pen, I suppose, they're not cleaning, and that they can work more with the cats that are really in need. So it's super helpful on a few levels, I suppose.
Okay. All right, Kate, finally, where can listeners go to learn more or register their interest in becoming a foster carer?
Yeah, so no, definitely. Our best avenue for getting in contact with us would be the website again, so catprotection.com.au, where you can then, sign up under the foster link. We do a few expos lately, so the Neil and Beck Pet Expo and the Cat Lovers Expo next weekend as well. So yeah, definitely if you're thinking about becoming a foster carer, please do sign up. We can't rehome as many cats as we do without our wonderful volunteer foster carers.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Xavier and Kate, for sharing your insights and for the incredible work you and our foster carers do every day to change feline lives. If today's episode has inspired you to open your heart and your home, we'd love to hear from you. You can learn more or register your interest in becoming a CPS foster carer by visiting our website at catprotection.com.au/foster care. Remember, every cat deserves love, comfort and a second chance. And with your help, we can make that possible. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, give your cat an extra cuddle from us. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Cat Protection Society Purrfect Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show in your podcast app so you don't miss an episode. And we'd love if you can share this podcast with any friends, family or colleagues who all love things cats. In the meantime, you can visit our website at www.catprotection.com.au.